in a world where corporate interests seek to divide humankind for their own nefarious purposes. Where political forces pit brother against brother in the name of social progress. Where friends betray each other over one divergent word or thought. One man seeks unity through a shared love of PC gaming. He raises his golden chalice, its brilliant radiance emanating far and wide. A beacon to all who would seek refuge from the ever-present insanity of social media. He stands against the tides of internet-based hostility and defiantly bellows, "No more." Having placed his stake in the ground, he now seeks to build a PC gaming community free of politics, trolls, and toxicity. Because you deserve a little slice of digital heaven right here on Earth. Devout PC gaming evangelist, blessed leader of the congregation, and savior of digital souls, his name is Cardinal Zin.
One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Hello. Let me resume what I was doing before we were so rudely interrupted. Okay. Hi. How's everybody doing? I hate it. Dude. Holy f. Dude. What a couple of days it has been. Holy f. Okay, where do I even start? Okay. House. I've been doing house stuff, as you know. It has been crazy. So basically, I tried to find some matching vanities. That did not go well. That did not go well at all. I wanted black vanities. Apparently that is not very popular. Y'all are black. Black is where it's at, okay? Seriously though, I found one. I found two of different sizes of the same style. This is what I had to do. I literally, chat, let me explain this. Okay. Here. Time for a lesson, Sonny. Are you ready? Okay. Let me draw for you the beautiful state of Maine. Okay, that's Maine. All right. That's my very bad drawing of Maine, okay? let's say that I live in about this section of the state. So somewhere in there-ish, okay? I don't want to give you too much info, okay? But somewhere in there, all right? Let's just say this is home, okay? Let's say that's home, all right? To get the first vanity, I had to drive like here. Okay? I picked up a 4-foot-long vanity that weighed 200 pounds on either side. Oh, 150. 150 pounds on each side. Okay? So the team lift, when they say team, they mean like get the entire team. Like the whole soccer team. Okay? All right? Like your CSGO team, that's not enough guys. All right? You need like the whole soccer team. All right? I am very glad that I worked out. Okay? And then I had to go all the way down here to get the second one, which is 36 inches long. And I drive it all the way back to, let's say, where the actual house is. Unload them without killing myself. Okay? No, dude, this was like 8 hours of driving, chat. Like, it was driving all day. Like, all fucking day. Okay? Again, I'm not giving you the exact locations. This is generalities, okay? All right, you have to understand that if you're here in Maine and you drive to mid-coast Maine, that's like a 4-hour drive. Like, southern Maine to Bangor is like 3 hours, dude. Southern Maine from mid-coast, which I'm just using Bangor as an example, it's even more, right? Okay, so there's that, right? And then because it is not my truck, okay, and because my stepbrother does not have his own vehicle, I had to bring this truck back to him. Let's say that's over here, okay? And drop it off and pick up my car. And then drive back to my actual current living situation. Crazy, right? So I struggled so much trying to get these damn vanities off the tailgate. Super rough. Finally, with Astro's help, I was able to get them off there. Dude, I get a call from the plumber. Hey, man. Vanity you got's not gonna work. What? Yeah, it's too high. I mean, it's too high. Yeah, it's too high. You've got an electric cover plate, and if you put this on there, the water is going to be too close to it. I can't do it. Code. Okay. What size do you need? Well, 31-inch wide. Okay, I was told 36 would be okay. He's like, I don't know who told you that, but that's wrong. 31 inches. Okay. So it's wrong on the width, too? Yep. Okay. So we're just batting 1,000 here, I suppose. We're just crushing it. He goes, yeah, I guess so, huh? Yeah, yeah. Really nice. Really, really nice. And so, here, let me do that there. And, so I have to go get a new one. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. So I look all around trying to find a replacement. Literally 2 hours, like just browsing around online, trying to do this. Find a replacement. The only one that I can find is like gray. It doesn't match. It's got long hardware like the one that I bought for the 48-inch one. That one was fine. It was the 36-inch one that was bad. So, yeah, I go to Home Depot. Try to pick this thing up. It says they have one in stock. Hey, Mr. Home Depot man. I heard that you have one of these in stock. This right here. Oh yeah, come on, right over here. It says it's in this aisle and in this bay. Just follow me right over here. Okay, cool. Get to that aisle, get to that bay. It's not there. Yeah. JohnTravolta.gif. All right. What's happening? He looks it up. Oh, it's a floor model. Oh, okay. Well, is it in good shape? Oh, we don't sell floor models. Then why not it on the website that it's in stock, you mother? What the actual? I drove all the way here from Gish, you mother. All right. So, finding the tiny amount of grace that is left inside me after this arduous journey of hours and hours and hours and days at this point trying to sort all this shit out, among many other issues too, just to be fair. I start looking for, well, today you do sell floor models, right? Exactly, Sirik. So what I decide to do is I just look. I'm like, well, maybe there's something else. Maybe there's one that I missed. And I'm like, they're all too high. The plumber has said max is 34 inches. I find one that is 34.5 inches. I call the plumber. Yo, 34.5 inches. It's the best I can do. Can we make it work? Yeah, I'll make it work. Okay, great. Hang up the phone. That vanity is in a different Home Depot. So I drive. Okay, so this is like, this was home, right? So let's call, this is the Home Depot up here that I went to, right? We went to this one here, right? And that's like, oh, the Home Depot where the vanity is actually down here. Okay, cool. I go down there to that one, pick up the vanity, get the sink that I need and all the other stuff, drive it back to the house, unload it again with Astro's help again, deliver the truck back to my stepbrother again, and now here I am, chat. But so much more has happened than just that. It's not just the vanity fiasco. So the main stairway into my house, the one that comes up from where you enter the house, the main staircase was a fiasco. It was horrible. Not enough stringers to start. So, you know, stringers, chat, that's like this fancy part, you know, that supports all the stuff. You get like this thing, right? And it does like this, right? Right? Then I like support it with like a beam or something. I do this, and they put it into the ledger board here, secure it all nice and good. And here's your staircase, right? This is the stringer. There should be several of these in a staircase. 3, preferably 4. Mine was neither of those and was falling apart. And it had some very serious issues. We'll just put it that way. With like weird things being like jury rigged together, like, you know, like this, like, hey, there we go. You know, like, there it is. Right? Like, oh, we're gonna use a mending plate to fix this. Like, if that part slips, we all die. Oh, what the? Like, what is going on? What is this? The hell is this? I stand here, I look up, I see joists. Oh, except for right here. No joists! Right here. So, thankfully, the construction people who are very kind and nice individuals have fixed that. There are now joists. There was much rejoicing. Yay. Good Lord, man. It's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare so far trying to get everything ready in time. And I have done like limited packing at this point. I've done maybe 6 boxes, 7 boxes worth. I probably got about 80 more to go. Super brutal, man. And I got a week. Yeah, 1 staircase fixed. The staircase did get fixed. So they fixed the joist. They fixed the staircase. The staircase is super epically solid now. And what they did, this is how cool this is. They put in 4 stringers, right? So like if you're looking at like the back side of the stairs, and I got the treads coming up here, right? They decided that they were gonna put in like a header and what do you call like a what do they call it? King stud and jack studs, right? Like there's this one, then there's the one that goes all the way up, right? Like the king stud and the jack stud, and then the header sitting on the jack stud, right? I think I'm getting my carpentry terms here correctly. And they basically set this up with like all the where it touches the floor, you know, it's all treated lumber, so it's like good shit, right? And basically they set it up so it's like if I wanted to put in like a closet door here and have like a under the stairs storage, that would be good. And even with the stairs, like, you know, they did this thing, right? Whatever. Where this is the toe kicks are fully solid. There's like no void space. Like the bits of dirt and shit don't like fall underneath. So this space under here should be really nice and clean. So yeah, I'm really happy with what they've done with that so far. And the price is very reasonable, I think, for the quality of work that they're doing. They're doing very, very, very good work. So that's done. 1 staircase works at least, which is important. The vanities are good. Oh, bad thing, chat. Get this. They pulled the vanity out, right? The little one. They pulled it out, and then they tried to put the little one in. That's when I got the call from the plumber who was like, what the f*** is this? This will not work. You know what also doesn't work? Is when they removed the vanity, behind the vanity was a bunch of black mold. Black mold, not good. There it is, behind the vanity, on the wall, because it was not cement board. Does not need professional remediation because it's only like maybe a 3 by 3 foot section. They're gonna haul that out tomorrow. Also, the subfloor where the vanity was sitting, it was sunken in because they did not put the floor underneath it. They did not put like the flooring that they chose for the bathroom, whether it's plank or tile or linoleum. They did not put it under here. So it was just like sitting in there. So it's like, here's the floor. There's the vanity section. No flooring right here. We're just gonna put the vanity in there. Now, my theory is maybe they had an issue with the height, because I am having an issue with the height. I couldn't find anything under like 35.5 inches for a vanity height. Like that's the standard height, it seems. 35.5 to 36. That's why it was such a pain in the ass, because not only did I want to get an irregular height, I wanted to get a very low width, but also It needed to be in black. You know, ATK, that's very fair. That's what they could have done. It was probably there, and they just put the floor in around it. As a matter of fact, that's what the contractors have told me. They said, you know, if I were you with the big vanity, because the big vanity in the other bathroom is the same, they said, you know, instead of worrying about trying to, like, do the flooring underneath there, maybe you just, like, trim it in. You know, trim it in and just make sure that you got a nice caulking on there so that no water gets in, because you don't want more mold under there. And you just call it a day. You don't have to worry about it. It's like, that could work. Yeah, you don't want to caulk it up. Dude, it's super crazy time. So the sink was going to be installed today or tomorrow, the kitchen sink. And last night, yeah, or I should say not last night, the night before last at like 2 in the morning. Technically yesterday at like 2 in the morning, before I went to bed for Wednesday, for like Wednesday's day. So like Tuesday late at night for me. I was thinking to myself, man, why am I gonna pay this guy to put in the sink into this counter that I absolutely hate, and then I'm just gonna replace in like an as soon as possible type time frame. And then the wheels started turning a little bit for me, and I'm like, maybe I could remove the countertop and replace it. I could probably do that, right? I could probably do that. Again, Astro and I, we did it. We went to friggin' town on the kitchen, and the countertops were removed. I completely and totally disconnected all of the plumbing safely and without a massive amount of water going everywhere, including like auxiliary systems that keep the water nice. There's a lot going on water-wise in that house, and it was no easy task to disconnect all of that because it had like multiple traps. So pretty rough to disconnect all of that. That combined with the fact that the clips for the existing sink were like rusted. So I'm like, I'm under the sink, okay? Let me just explain this to you, chat. Okay, here is me. Okay, here is the sink. The 2 door cabinets, right, for the sink. Here is my head inside the cabinet, okay? Here's me laying on the floor, okay? All right. Reaching up with my little gangle hand with my impact driver, okay? Trying to get the damn drill bit or screwdriver bit into this tiny little screw that looks like this. Tiny little screw, super long. And instead of it being a Phillips, which would be great, it's a flathead. So I'm looking at a screw head that looks like this. And so I'm reaching super far with this thing, and I'm like, I get the piece just so, and then it slides out this way, or it slides out that way. What the f is that? Why do they not just use Phillips screws for everything? What the f? Holy f. Horrible. So I actually got Makita. I went with Makita brand So I currently I got a really good deal on a combination impact driver and drill, right? With 2 batteries and the charger, like as a set, right? It was really quite good. But the thing that actually sold me on it was that the manager that I was speaking with at Home Depot about it told me that the Makita tools have brushless Japanese made motors. And I was like, I'm in. That's all you had to say. I'm in. Shit's gonna last. Quarks is your favorite screw head type. Makita's really big in Japan for obvious reason. I hear they're good as well. You're moving soon too, and you'll almost do anything to avoid packing up boxes. Dude, I have a week. I have not packed shit. So it's like, I'm supposed to be going to the gym. I didn't go to the gym on Wednesday. I didn't go, I didn't go to the gym on Wednesday. I didn't go on Monday because I told the guy I'm not going on any Mondays this month. Guess what? I am not going tomorrow. I can't. I just have so many things to do. And honestly, gym-wise, I don't gotta worry about getting a workout. My body hurts in places I didn't even know exist. Okay? Like, oh, I have nerves there? That's weird. All right? It's like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, packing is your workout. Exactly. So it's pretty crazy. So I beg you to bear with me for the next week or so, guys. Moving day is next Sunday. Okay? So it's not this one coming up, the 19th, but it's the one after, the 26th. Okay? So I have literally like 9 days. 9 days to get everything sorted out and set up and ready to pack and move, or ready to move. So, and the thing is, I am slowly moving all of the small boxes like in my car as I go to the property. Like bringing over boxes. But I can't move my desk, for instance, in the car. And my desk will need to be fully disassembled. And if I'm disassembling my desk, that means all of the stream setup comes down. So literally the 25th will be the last day before there is any sort of I guess interruption. So the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th, I will be off. JC, I will get to that. There's a whole ball of wax there too. Dude, a lot has happened over the last few days. We'll put it that way. So, okay. I got the sink out of the countertops. Got all the screws out of the countertops. So I thought. Astro found a few more that I had missed. And I'm like, dude, good eye. Got those all done. Lifted and hauled off all those giant ass, super heavy, like old school laminate counters. You know, like modern laminate is pretty thin, like a 1/4 of an inch. Or no, not even, it's like 1/8 of an inch, right? Old school laminate was pretty thick, and more so, it was very heavy by comparison. So those counters, dude, let's put it this way. Let me give you an example of like a challenge that I was faced with the kitchen. This is not what my kitchen looks like, okay? But let me give you an example of kind of one of the things that I was dealing with, okay? So basically, you know, I got this really long span, right? And I got like a little span here, right? And then I got like this peninsula thing, almost like an island. Again, this is not representative of what my kitchen looks like, but this is a close facsimile, okay? Now, when you get a laminate sheet, because again, I was replacing the countertops, so I'm like, okay, can I get prefabricated material that is gonna do what I want it to do? So in other words, can I get this span here at a local big box? Can I get it so it's got the miter cut? So I need a X feet long right miter piece of prefabricated laminate. Then I need, for this piece, I need a left miter, right, of, you know, Y feet long. And then this over here, I just need like a big piece that doesn't have a backing. And I'm like, how do I do this? Well, the answer to this right here, chat, is contact cement. So you put down like a big sheet of laminate after you roll out like contact cement. You put dowels all over this, like this. Put little dowels across all this, like every 6 inches or so. And then you lay out this big sheet of laminate on top of it. And then one by one, you remove those dowels, allowing it to press to the contact glue, the contact glue. And then you roll it out. And then you've got your laminate on there, but then you need to route it out, right? You route out all the edges so that all the excess is gone. Great, that would be wonderful, because I have this super long span here of countertop that just cannot be done with a standard prefab out of the big box countertop. So I'm gonna have to do the laminate. Oh, but wait, this is 13 feet. Guess what, chat? Laminate only comes in sheets that are, you guessed it, 12 feet. So, upon looking at what the situation was over here, you actually could see where they did like another cut, and there was like another piece here because they had to get 12 feet here and then like 1 foot here. Is absolutely bonkers. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? So what I decided to do was to do this part, okay? Do this part, and then actually turn all of this part into a butcher block. So it's like a butcher block. And then the rest. And it looks good. It looks really, really good. It's the counters are done. The counters are done. There's only one thing that needs to be done, and that is the butcher. I have the butcher block, but I need to actually finish it. So I need to actually sand it and finish the butcher block, and then it can be put in there. And I'm not gonna do it until I get all of the coats done. And this is what I'm going with. I had heard from the people that are doing work, they really highly suggested a different type of oil and finish product. It's known as Rubio Monocoat. Has anybody heard about this? Rubio Monocoat. Apparently it's very well known, and they very highly recommended it. I also watched a number of YouTube videos on this, and a lot of folks were using this product as well. It is called, this is Watco Butcher Block Oil and Finish. And this is safe for food. Seems great. I saw many videos of people using this. It came out really well. So the idea is to get a palm sander, orbital sander, right? 120 grit, do an easy pass, not pushing down, just, take the little nicks and transportation dings out, if you will, and then put a coat of that on. After that, it's just literally doing the same thing. Like every 7 or 8 hours, you go back and you sand it just super lightly with like I've heard many recommendations. I've heard something like very low grit, like 40, and just like doing like a super fast, almost etching style. where it's just like you just go over it really, really fast, and then you do another coat. I've also heard to use a super fine, like 320 is what the contractors suggested. So I think I actually trust them more than I trust like the dudes on YouTube. Because these guys, they know their shit. They really know their shit. I'll actually show you a picture of some of the work they've done of like wood. Let's see here. Can I show you? I tried to get you a picture that showed just the so this is like the vanity for the big vanity rather. It's got chrome hardware, you know, just a big old sink, and it's black, which you can see down here. Yeah, like I think it's pretty good. Right? Looks pretty nice, I think. Like that style. It's like a shaker cabinet style. It needs hardware. It doesn't have any hardware right now. Because the hardware it came with is like bronze. I need to get like brushed nickel or like silver or chrome or something. Something silvery or grayish. So there was that. What else? Hold on just a second here. I want to show you some of the other stuff too. Where is it? Here we go. So for the countertops, I went with what's known as Calcutta marble. Let me show you an example of the pattern. And again, these are not expensive countertops, chat. This is like, I'm not like living some luxurious life over here. This is like laminate. This is the pretty much the cheapest shit you can get. But Calcutta marble is the style. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, like here's a good example from the Home Depot. Okay, hold on. Save as. No. Get out of here with that. Okay, hold on one sec, chat. Hold on. Hold on. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Ready? Okay. That's it. That is it. Okay. Yeah, so that's the pattern. No big deal. It's just like a basic marble look. It's like fake marble. Do a higher grit if you want it smooth. You have to go higher grit for a better finish and it feels smooth. Yeah, so yeah, 320 it is then. No, that's not my local. That's not my local. Dude, South Portland is not my local. I will tell you that. My local is quite a ways from that one, we'll say. All right, that said, let me see. What else can I show you, chat? I put up a new light, or I got a new light put up. Hold on. Actually, hold on. Got it here somewhere. So this, kind of hard to see, but you see this, chat? Damn gyro. This is what's over the sink. It's a bar light. So it's like this, like horizontal over the kitchen sink. It's nice. It's very, very nice. It's very modern looking. It's like black. Everything is very like grayscale. Everything is very grayscale. Whites and grays and blacks, you know, that kind of deal. Over the vanity, this is what's going over the vanity. See there? Right? That's going over the vanity. And then to match it, over the kitchen table, basically getting like a long line of those. Kind of similar-ish. I can blow this up so you can see it. It's pretty blown out. There you go. Can you see it? There we go. You see the lights there now? So it's basically like a square piece of, or rectangular piece of like metal. It almost looks like a truss. It looks like my trusses for the stream setup actually. And it has like light bulbs in there. They're like little fixtures. You just put the lights in there. And what I like about this is that it's open and it's very sturdy. So all you need to do is just like get a Swiffer. Like don't you hate like anybody who has this setup, chat? Anybody who has this setup, hold on. Not that. Hold on. Got this here. There we go. Okay, so anybody who has this setup like this, let's see. You've got like your kitchen table, and then you've got like a light over it, like some sort of light type thingy, right? Maybe here, maybe it's round. It's more like a round thing usually. Like some sort of like pendant light thing that's hanging down, or you know, you got like one of those really ugly shades like from the 90s. Awful. But my least favorite is the one that has like the glass cups. You know what I'm talking about? Like looking at it from the side, it kind of looks like one of these type of deals where it's like you have this kind of a thing, and again, this is like from the side, and maybe like there's like these like globe cup type things that like come up out of it, right? And there's like several of them, and maybe this goes through the back, you know, and there's like another one over here in the back, and then another one over here in the back, right? And what happens is this, chat, and this is like on a chain, and it's over your kitchen table, right? And this is what happens. This mother fricker right here, chat. This mother fricker right here, okay? It's not a bird, okay? This is a fly. A freaky ass fly, or a bug of some sort, or a mosquito. I don't care. It comes in here, and this motherfucker goes to the light bulb and then dies right there. And so do like 50 of his fucking friends. Okay? So do 50 of his friends, all right? So they're all in there, all dead, and then you gotta like stand on a chair and get up in here and like scoop out the dead bodies, the friggin' mosquito genocide that has happened around the base of each light bulb. It's gross, dude. It's just gross. I didn't want that. I did not want that. And so I think that this solution, which I think is going to look really good, it'll make sense, right? So it's like, instead, now you got this, and it has like this thing here, and this thing here, and it's got like 5 little places for light bulbs, right? And you just hook up your little light bulbs there, right? And that's it. Just screw them in. And then I can come over with a very easy little Swiffer. Just done. Easy peasy. There's a vacuum attachment to get in there without getting on a chair. That sounds like a pain in the but I mean, a good solution for sure. When you heard the light bulb with that, I would think that you would screw up the light bulb. Interesting. But yeah, that's so that's that part. What else can I share with you, chat, about what's going on here? So we did a light over the sink, the vanity lights, the vanities themselves, the countertop. The floors are being done. So the floors are being done. And right now they put in some of the new hardwood. That is what this is currently what it looks like. So that's, they put hardwood in the bedrooms so that it matches the existing hardwood. Now, starting on Saturday, the guy who is refinishing the existing hardwood is gonna come in and he's gonna refinish everything. He's gonna sand everything. He's gonna do 2 passes sanding because this is like a pre-finished type of hardwood and it has deep V grooves. So they're gonna sand all that out, and they're gonna have to sand very aggressively. Like, you know, usually, you know, you have to go like diagonal, right? Like you do diagonal against the grain, but like kind of diagonal when you're sanding the floor. And you know, they are talking about literally going perpendicular to the grain of the floor, because that is how aggressively they're gonna need to sand, at least initially. They need to tear some material up big time. So it's gonna be a little bit of a process for them. And then once everything is sanded down nicely, they can finish the floor so everything is the same everywhere. And one of the cool things that these guys are really, really good. I really, really like them, the people that are doing this. They're super, super nice. But one of the really cool things is that, you know, like from a top-down perspective, let's say you have a wall here and you've got like a doorway, you know, the wood, let's say the grain is going this way, right? They were talking about putting in like a 5-inch threshold piece here and then continuing it on the other side. Well, they actually worked it out so that they could actually just continue the grain like throughout the house, like all the way everywhere. And I'm just like, that's amazing, because it looks like it's original and it's intended, it's intentional. And so like from my perspective, I'm like, that's an aesthetic win, right? It's not like a huge win, but it's a win in my mind. What is not a win is when you bring a giant ass piece of miter cut countertop that is so enormous it takes nearly 3 people to lift, okay? And you get it home and you realize that it's chipped on the tip. Okay? Not good. Really extremely not good. Right? Hold on. Where is this? Where is my... There it is. Okay. You see this right here? This, the tip. It was broken. So like, after getting it, like, I mean, like, honestly, like hours of travel, chat, like hours of traveling around, getting the truck, picking this thing up, bringing it back to the property, like, dude, what a pain in the ass. And then to find that it was chipped, I was so mad. But I'm gonna make that work. It wasn't that bad a chip. It was maybe 3/4 width. When I say 3/4, I mean like stacked, like the sideways stack of quarters. Not bad. But again, it's in a very high visibility area because it's the corner and it's right on the top. So it's like, kind of sucks, you know? But I think I'm gonna try to like get a repair kit of some sort and like paint it to look like the right thing, and epoxy and paint and all that jazz. Really try to make it look like the right thing. I mean, nothing will ever really touch that. It's like in the far, like, you know, the corner where like most people have like a Lazy Susan. By the way, why did they ever call it the Lazy Susan? I want to hear your ideas, chat. Give me the most outlandish idea of why they call that rotating corner cabinet the Lazy Susan. Okay? Keep it PG, okay? Well, you see, there was this woman named Susan. Did she live in the cupboard? Susie's husband. That's why. It's because of Susie's husband. Susan, pass me the salt. Rotates plate. There you go. Perfect. That's the real reason. Because Lazy Karen was already taken. What is that? Now that was her mother, Jill Hubbard. You believe it was originally for cake decorating? You're talking about like the spinning plate so that you could do like all of the crazy things on there. Lazy Bee wasn't PC. There was only one person they were calling Lazy Bee back in the day. All right. So yeah, chat, this is like, it's been a couple of days, and oh yeah, so that got chipped, and then I had another piece of this stuff. Okay, I had another piece of this laminate, and basically, you know how the laminate is set up? I'm gonna try to do a 3D drawing here. Okay, so you got like a backsplash-ish type thing, like rounded a little bit, like rounded, and it comes down, and then this is like the counter itself, right? The counter is like here, but then also this like rounds down too, and then like this is like the level of the counter, right? And then like up here is like the wall. Right here, chat, right here, giant crack. Giant crack. It made me sad, and I cried tears for my Gordon Freeman style glasses, and then I vomited blood. It's fine. You need to save all your paint drawings and make a wall in the house of Sin's house drawings. Make a whole book. Make a book for chat to buy. Cardinal Sin's house drawings. It's like, somebody opens this and they're like, oh, what the hell? The hell is this? So that was a big issue for sure. So I had to go get another piece, man. They could use part of it. The construction folks could use part of it, but I had to go get another piece. Because what I was going to do was this. I was going to originally, after like taking the countertops off with Astra's help yesterday, my game plan was like this morning to get in there and put the countertops in myself. And like the construction guys were there, and I was like, dude, I did all this demo last night until like 5 a.m. That's how late I was up, chat, like 4:30 a.m. And then I got up at like 9. So like, and you got to consider that there was still like travel. I ate and then I went to bed. So I got about 3 hours of sleep. I am right now, this is me running on 3 hours of sleep since like 9 this morning. After doing demo all day yesterday, right? Or for several hours. I would say probably like 8 or 9 hours. Well, maybe not that many, maybe like 7 hours. So, that was rough. That was pretty damn rough. And so I just looked at them. I said, hey man, I saw like 2 of the guys. They're going to be done with stairs soon. Are they on any other tasks that you're doing? He's like, not really. I'm like, can I commandeer them for the countertops? Would they want to install them for me? And if so, how much extra would you charge for that? And he's like, yeah, we can do that. And he gave me, dude, a super, super reasonable fee. Like, I would even say nominal. Like, not even, like, it was, he gave it away for a song, as they say. Right? Like, really, I mean, it was, like, very, very cheap. Definitely the right way to go. I'm like, then they do it. They fix it. They get it all sorted out. And I do none of that. Great. Love that for me. Love that for me. The only thing that I have to do now is the butcher block. I have to do the butcher block part. And I have to, obviously I need to condition the butcher block. So I need to sand it, condition it, and then get it into that space. That's going to take some time. But I figure while the floors are being done, and because it's going to be several days, perhaps I could just do like 1 sand and 1 coat a day. You know? And then by the time that the guy's done with the floors, the butcher block will be ready to install. Right? That makes sense, doesn't it? My only concern is this. It's got 2 sides. And all of it needs to be finished. It all needs to be covered with this, you know, actual sealant, finisher, oil and finish concoction. So if that is the case, how the heck do you do it? Do you do, I'm gonna have to do like 2 a day? Because like, you do 1 side and then flip it? Yeah, don't skip any areas or it will eventually warp. Yeah, and I haven't opened it yet either, because you're supposed to do it within 48 hours. But I'm gonna open that bad boy, I'm gonna sand it, and I'm gonna get the first coat on right away. That's the game plan. But I don't have an orbital sander yet. I have to go buy that. Yet another thing I need to go buy. It's crazy, man. I've really, like, I had like a very big reserve leading up to this point, but not so much anymore. After this, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be tenuous for a little bit. Only 2 sides. What happened to the other 4? Is it paper, Kappa? Well, I'm just thinking like, you know, I can do 1 side, flip, 1, then do the rest. But you say painter's points. What the fuck is that? Painter's points? It's like, my finger points. A Kung Pao reference, chat. You coat the bottom, flip it, and place it on the points. And coat the rest. So I have 2 sawhorses. I have 2 sawhorses. My game plan was to put it on the sawhorse, finish as much as I humanly could, wait for it to like dry, flip, and do the little areas that I didn't get initially, where like basically the sawhorse touches. But honestly, it's not really gonna matter if that part doesn't come out great, because that's gonna be like under the cabinet. You know what I mean? You dropped a link in general. Okay, hold on. Painter's tripods. What in the Sam hell? Made to support the painted item above a work surface. Okay, so basically then in this case, I would want to put on my sawhorse, like, I don't even freaking know at that point. Do I put, like a big piece of plywood to create like a work table? And then put these all over it, and then put the butcher block on it? Points essentially hold the piece with minimum points of contact. Won't that put like a divot into the wood? I mean, it's really heavy. That butcher block is heavy. Because I got, so the floor is oak, so the butcher block, I got oak to match. And, dude, it is 6 feet long and 36 inches wide and an inch and a half thick. It's heavy. It's really heavy. You do it on the floor or use the plywood idea. Is the floor okay? What if like hairs and stuff get on there? I'd be so afraid that like some nasties were gonna get on there from the, you know, from the floor. Do it on the floor or use the plywood idea. Okay. With enough of them, it shouldn't mark it, but that's why you put the bottom of the piece on them and not the top. The bottom of the piece on them. Oh, I see. That's like the underside. Well, yes, but this is the thing. It's like eventually I want to turn it over and get the bottom side so it's fully sealed. But I guess really initially, you don't really need to do the like all of the bottom as many times as you do the top. The bottom won't ever be seen. Right? It just needs to be sealed one time to prevent moisture from getting in there and warping and distorting the wood, right? That's all that really needs to be done for the bottom. So it's really just about doing all of the top and then doing the wraparound enough, like maybe 6 inches in all the way around. Would that be okay, you think? Do the bottom first. Then when you flip, use the points. Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. And then it can just stay on the points, basically, from that point forward. But again, it wouldn't even need to be on point. I mean, if I'm just gonna, okay, if I'm gonna start with the bottom, I can just put it on the sawhorses. Do the bottom, let that one dry, or get to the point where it's not going to be a problem flipping it over and setting it on the sawhorse, right? And then it's like, now we do the 6 coats with the sanding in between each layer on all of the top and all the sides and around, like under the snub nose, you know? And then we're good. And I just want to confirm, if I only do 1 coat on the bottom, that is sufficient. 1 coat on the bottom is sufficient just to seal it. I'm not going to get like warping or moisture issues or anything like that because I didn't do enough. So this says here, apply it with a soft, clean cloth. Allow 6 hours to dry before you do another coat. Prior to recoating, lightly scuff sand with a 400 grit sandpaper. And then repeat steps 1 through 4, allowing 72 hours prior to normal use. Hand wash the surface prior to contact with food. Do not wash in the dishwasher. Chat, whatever you do not put your butcher block in the dishwasher. Okay? Your 6 foot by 3 foot by 1.5 inch butcher block. Don't put that in the dishwasher. Okay? Also, do not remove the dishwasher insulation. Don't do it. As much as you may be tempted to do it, don't do it. This is brutal, man. You're gonna say 500 earlier when you mentioned 320. Well, it's funny. This says 400. It's kind of like in the middle. You coat every side the same in case you ever decide to flip or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, so my question is this, though. If I do one side and I let it fully dry, and then I do the other side and I let it fully dry, is it going to look like it's disconnected or it's been done in pieces? You know what I mean? I mean, I would probably say, like, probably if you use the same seam every coat, but if you're like changing the seam up where you stop one side and then flip, it's probably okay, right? Because you're gonna sand in between each one anyway. Right, exactly, ATK. Just do only the bottom and save the sides for when you do the top. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's the game plan. That'd be very good. That's why you do the bottom only. And then you put it on the point and do the tops and the sides at the same time. That's the most important visible seam. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good to me. And I'll tell you, man, like, so far, like, we're going from, like, gross, old, like, nasty laminate, gross counters, gross cabinets, gross floor. Like, it's nasty, dude. Like, when I was under the sink, man, my head was, like, basically resting in friggin' mouse shit. It was gross, dude. Very, very gross. The place is nasty, and it needs a really deep clean. Truly. It is a gross place. It needs a lot of cleaning. So that needs to happen as well on top of the packing and on top of trying to spin the plates of like YouTube and the channel all at the same time. You know, like the Twitch stream. So it's just been a lot. It's been a lot, you know? Very, very busy time. So all I can say to you guys is thank you very, 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 very much for your patience right now. I am not trying to be a slacker. I'm working harder than I think I ever have during the course of the stream. You know, it's just been absolutely insane right now. I am busy, just overloaded, inundated, you know, like with tasks every day related to the plumbing, the electrical, the sanding, the people that are doing construction. And it's like that part is starting to slow down a little bit, especially once we get into the sanding and finishing of the floors phase, because basically I just can't go in there. You know, it's just gonna be one of those things where it's like I just can't go in there. So man, it's just busy. And I want you guys to know you are still my priority, but I have to have a place to stream from so you can be my priority. So right now, my priorities have shifted slightly, but you were no less important than you were a week ago, right? Or a couple of weeks ago. You guys are amazing. I love you. You guys have been incredible. You've been incredibly generous to me. It's, you know, there are so many factors in my life that have aligned that have allowed this to occur. You know, the generosity of people in my life, chat included, family, friends, Astro. Like, dude, there are so many people that have made this house possible. And without them, I just could not have done it. Truly. So, I just want to say thank you for that. Did the police story get told? Oh, so, yeah, let me tell you about that, chat. Holy shit. Well, I don't know how to tell you this, chat, but I have officially gotten in trouble with the police, chat. I am now a bad boy. I am officially a bad boy. So, I think, you have heard my story about my parents and their recent contractor woes. Right? Does everybody know this story about what's going on there? Let me just give you a quick recap. So my parents, they were trying to decide what they should do. Should they try to make this crappy, like, 1965 trailer that they have, like, try to update it and make it more livable? Should they move to Florida? Should they get a new property? Like, just get, like, build something new on the property. Like, have that one hauled off and just get a new one. After looking at the prices, they were like, yeah, you know, my stepdad's retired now. And there's no way he's going back to work. Not with a pacemaker, defibrillator, and not in his current condition. He just cannot do that anymore. And so they decided, we can't get a new place. It's too expensive. We can't go to Florida because it's too expensive. And this is basically because my mom refuses to sell the property. She will not sell the property to fund anything else. She won't do it. She wants to have a fallback. You know, that's just how it is. She just wants a fallback. And so they decided to renovate their place. So the renovations included a kitchen update, new siding, and all new windows. This is basically, that was the ask. New kitchen, like new cabinets and counters, you know, some new lighting, basically putting in like a new, it's like a hung ceiling, but it's like it immediately attaches to the existing ceiling. So it's like a drop ceiling, but not a drop ceiling. It's kind of weird. But like they did all these things, right? And they did not discuss any of this with me before they went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. And they hired a guy that is like family of family, basically. And he's very well known for fucking people over. And he also is a drunk. And I'm like, why are you hiring? Why did you hire this guy? Like, why would you ever do this? Why would, like, did you not learn your lesson back with the original house, with the long hallway to the toilet of solitude, the toilet of ultimate solitude? I think I showed you the floor plan of that one before, chat, right? Where it's like you went up the stairs and then there was like a hallway, right? And then like here's the bathroom, right? And there's a vanity and there was a closet, right? And then next to the closet is like the shower, right? And then here above these stairs, there's a long hallway that goes like way out here, and the toilet was there. That was the house. That was how it was. It's like if you wanted to have the most private shit of your life, that's where you went. This is the Taco Bell toilet. Okay? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nobody will know that you went to Taco Bell if you shit there. Just so you know. Hey, Shoop, thank you very much. You know, that's what happened. So this is what's happened, okay? Let's call this guy, let's call him Bill. Okay, Bill, the contractor that did this work. He hires some guys that are kind of sketchy, to say the least. They do the work. It's really shoddy. Like, they do, like, miter cuts for the trim. And the trim, instead of being flush like this, like, one of the boards sticks out like this on the miter. Like, it's not level at all. It's like, it's all, or plumb. All sorts of problems like that all over the place. They installed, like, a laminate countertop. And next to where the oven is, there's, like, a giant chip where it's showing the substrate underneath. I'm like, dude, this is, like, so bad. This work is bad. Like, I just did better work than this. And it was my very first time ever doing anything of the sort. You know? Like, come on. Bill, because he's a builder. Yeah, he's a der, all right. Derp. So, He does a little bit of work, goes away for like a week, comes back, does a little bit of work, goes away for like 2 weeks, comes back, does a little bit of work, and then just ghosts them. And this is after the initial disbursement of 14,000, and then they also gave him an additional 7.5, and then he just disappeared. And when I say disappeared, he's still in the area. He just is not coming to do the work. It's not happening ever. He's not gonna ever do it. And so, basically, my stepdad had sent this guy a text message. And, basically the guy was just like being rude back to him. And I was like, dude, I had enough. So I actually texted this guy. And let me tell you exactly what I said. Hello, Bill. This is Cardinal Zinn. I am, my stepdad's name, stepson. I'm sad to hear about the state of affairs at their property and the lack of progress on the repairs that you committed to complete, especially in light of the disbursements of cash that you have received. I understand that yesterday you advised him that you would complete the work within 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday's date will be October 13th. I would expect you to follow through on your word and complete the contract as negotiated by that date. My parents may not have the means to pursue legal action against you, but I assure you that is not a problem for me. Make strides to complete the work as agreed upon, or I will ensure that you will receive and be served a lawsuit. That's very plain. Very plain. Do the work or get sued. Okay, this is his very brilliant response. Are you ready, chat? I will finish because I want to. Because he's basically family. Not because of the threat of a lawsuit. That I don't care about. But him, I do. He's trying to say, yeah, I care about him so much. Yeah, you care about him so much that you've done and stole like 20 grand. Yeah, dude, big time. So I said, well, I hope you do decide to finish, Bill. That's all we want. The last thing we want to do is to have to report this to the police on October 14th. So please get it done as agreed upon. And he says, stop the threats or I won't. Now, let me tell you, Chad, he has not been to the property in 2 months. Okay. My poor stepdad, who is nearly 70 years old, fell off a fucking ladder and hurt his foot pretty severely because this motherfucker won't do his job as agreed upon. And he has done, my stepdad, has done about 60% of the work that this guy said he was gonna do. And again, he's paid for this himself. On top of the 22.5 that he already gave this guy for the work. Taking him to court already then. Exactly. So here's the deal. So like 5 days ago, well, no, maybe the day after this, he sent like a bunch of like threatening texts to my stepdad, being like, you better tell that stepson of yours that if he tries to do anything, I'm gonna report him to the cops for harassing me. Like, dude, I haven't harassed him. I basically have told him, this is what you agreed to. These will be the consequences if you choose not to do what you agreed upon. And to somebody who is not following through on their word, you know, being forced to be accountable certainly can feel like a threat, I suppose. You know, if you're a No. Okay, so it's not about me suing him. I would be doing it through the aggrieved party, the damaged party. My parents will do it. I will give them the backing. That is the threat, if there is a threat. And that's not a threat. That's just like that's our recourse. Taking somebody to court is not a threat. Right, civil threats versus actionable threats. Now, if I said, I'm gonna come over there and beat the shit out of you, that's a threat. I would never do that. But I certainly would say, you know what? I'm gonna let the legal system play out on this, and we'll see how you do. That ain't a threat. That's just what's gonna happen. So, you know, about 5 days ago, he contacts my parents and he goes, hey, I really want to come over and do the work as I said that I would. However, he would never use the word however. He's too much of a dumb dick. It's fine. He would never use the word however for anything and any purpose. For anything, for any purpose, he would never do it. That said, he basically contacted them and said, hey, one of the guys that I worked with, he was shot and killed. And I'm taking it really hard. And literally my parents, you know, after all the shit that he's put them through, they couldn't believe it. They actually had to look it up. And this guy actually, he was shot and he was killed. Like, I guess his girlfriend killed him or something. It's like, it's really sad. So it's not cool. Not cool at all. Violence is not cool, chat. So rip to this guy who was, from what my parents said, he was the only nice guy on the crew. That, like, made good conversation with them, seemed like a good human being, and was trying to do a good job. Sad. Really sad. That said, I get that he may be feeling, you know, or like in his cups about this situation, but he needs to do something. You know what I mean? So he needs to do something and get it done. So here's where it gets really fun. My parents decide to, like, take their foot off the gas on this, like, going through the legal system situation because of this very strangely timed passing away of one of his employees and / friends, right? And so I'm like, okay, but you should still do it. Like, and I'm encouraging them to still do it. And so basically they tell him that they're still considering it, you know, and they mention that I've been talking to them about it, right? Well, this sets the guy off, and he actually reported me to the police, apparently, who promptly dismissed him and said, there's nothing here. We can't do anything with this. What are you talking about? There's no threat here. And as a matter of fact, now he is flagged by the police because they're like, did you commit fraud? Yeah. So, chat, I got in trouble with the police, right? But really, all he did is just dig another, he's just digging his hole. Yeah, he's just told on himself. Yeah, exactly. They're like, do we need to look into this further? Okay, we'll get on that. What an idiot, dude. Also, because filing a false police report is a crime. Well, the thing is, I don't think from his perspective he saw it as false. It's just that he doesn't understand how the law works. He doesn't understand that threatening to sue somebody is not a threat in terms of, like, harassment. If I called him 8 times a day and told him that, if I called him at 3 a.m. and I said, I'm gonna sue you, and then I hung up, that could be maybe perceived as a threat, loosely, right? Like at least harassment. But that's not what I'm doing. I said, look, dude, get it done by the 14th or we're gonna go through the court system. It's been months. Got $22,500. Like, what I'm seeing inside that you've done maybe cost like $6,000 total at Home Depot. You know? The value of the law places on what his perspective is, and $5 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks, right? Dude, crazy. Did they come see you? No. No, they did not. No. Well, there was nothing there. They wouldn't, you know? So I just thought that was really funny. I thought it was really, really funny. And you're wondering, like, how did they find out about this? Because he tried to use the fact that he told them to my stepdad as like a means of like a threat. Like, he's like, I'm not messing around. I reported him, you know. They're not going to do anything right now. It's like, oh, really? Okay. So then the cops contact my parents and they're like, hey, what's going on? Like, yeah, this guy stole money from us. We're not sure what we're going to do yet. We're trying to make it right before we decide to. And they're like, okay, well, just let us know. Dude, crazy. So I've been dealing with that too. So has he been out and doing work since then? No, so his daughter apparently runs like a restaurant or something and it closed down. And like part of the reason that she closed it down was because she was sick and tired of him like being a mooch there. Like, he would go there every day and just like drink endlessly and be like a drunk slob like inside the restaurant, like scaring the customers and shit away. And so she's just like, you're gonna make this impossible for me. So she just shut it down. Like, that's the type of guy that's the type of guy that this guy is. He has no concern for anybody except for himself. And dude, he even scammed his own fucking mother. Like, that's how bad this guy is. And if I know about this, my parents knew about this, but still my stepdad insisted to use this guy. And I'm like, this guy is not giving you a deal if he takes all of your money and doesn't do the work. Also, he doesn't give you a deal if the work is all bad and you have to hire somebody else to come redo it. Friggin' crazy, man. Honestly, she should have just had him trespassed from the property. Well, he hasn't been to the property. He hasn't been to the property in months. He doesn't need to be trespassed. He hasn't been there. Does his last name start with a K? Sounds like a guy I know. It's that guy, Doug, and/or Mark. That bald mother on Twitch. That guy used to wear a big red hat. Yeah, that. That's worse than a dumbass. That guy's a poster child for birth control, dude. Oh, the guy's daughter. Gotcha. Yeah, she wouldn't do that. She's too nice. Jimmy says ATK. So she could should have still had her food place. It wasn't doing well. And the reputation, the damage was already done. Even if he had been trespassed and he couldn't go back there, there'd be no way. There'd be no way. Digging out of that reputational, damage is just impossible. So for her, it's kind of like, I'm just going to close up shop here. And if I get my gumption up, then I'll open another one somewhere else and call it something different. So I've been dealing with all this housing stuff that I've been telling you about with the house. All these projects that are going right now while I'm trying to pack and get ready to leave and all that stuff. And then also that drama at the same time. And trying to help my poor stepdad do the work over at his place too. Like putting on siding and stuff. Dude, it's been a crazy time. It's been a really crazy time. I'm not gonna lie, I am, as we say in these parts, I am plumb tuckered. All right? I'm plumb tuckered out. Really crazy. So, yeah. That's where we're at. But the good news is, a week from this Sunday is moving day. I'm gonna have that Monday and the following Monday, Tuesday off. And then starting on Wednesday, we should be back to our normal schedule. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to ensure everything is in place so that there's no disruption from that point forward. Did I get the chance to check my email before going live? Was I expecting something in the email? No? I will check my email now. Yo, dude, I didn't see this. Bro. Hey. ATK did a $100 dono. Put some hype out there. I'm gonna do it over here so you can see it over there, chat. Okay. Oh no, I can't. I can't because my bot's not on. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do rave instead because I like it better. Are you ready? Here's a really good one. Here you go. A cup for you, sir. Heck yeah. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you, ATK. Thank you for that. That really, really helps right now, especially where I've been away for unexpected days. Really has been crazy time. Tomorrow, chat, I will be here for Freebie Friday. There is nothing that will keep me from you tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow, I am gonna do some fun things over the course of the weekend. You were gonna dono too, WeatherWolf. You're gonna wait till tomorrow. Okay, that sounds great. That sounds great. Because tomorrow I'm gonna try. I gotta do some research and figure out how this thing works. But this weekend is kind of a nice thing and a good way to kind of like fundraise in the absence of the normal stream schedule. I'm going to put forward a couple of things. One, buttered popcorn, Jelly Belly shoes. This is like Laffy Taffy, but that horrible artificial buttered popcorn flavor that I absolutely abhor. Right? There's that. And then, also, I think I'm going to set up Tanja for this weekend. Have you guys ever used Tanja before? I have not. Not once have I ever used Tanja. And this will be a limited event. We'll definitely do it this weekend. And then I may use it again at a later date, but it will be just for the weekend. Okay. As you know, one of the things that I kind of pride myself on in terms of this stream is that you guys have access to a huge amount of sounds for free. And also all the visual takeover stuff that happens on the screen. It's all free. Basically, you just need to have a sub, which most of you do. Most of the people that show up for scheduled streams have a sub, right? So basically, you have access to all this stuff, and it doesn't cost you anything like extra. Tanja does. It will do things, though, that are really interesting. For example, it can use samples of my voice to create AI TTS. So it's like you could speak as me with your TTS. You could be like, hello, I am Cardinal Zin, and I am extremely bald and delicious. Thank you for watching the Cardinal Zin stream. I'm talking about Tanja. Yes. That is right, basically. So I will have Tanja active for the weekend. If everything is good with it. I haven't done a lot of research yet. I don't know if there's anything sketchy with it. So I'm gonna be doing all that, checking all that out. So I'll do that. You just gave us that freebie, says Shoop Shoop. Yes, the freebie. So that is the game plan. That is the game plan. To have that running and active, and we're gonna play tomorrow because we kind of missed out on some streams here. Tomorrow we're gonna start immediately, maybe like a 10 or a 15 minute just chatting to start. Then we're gonna go right into Valheim. Okay. Saturday and Sunday I will start with Megabomb. Okay, but that is the game plan. That is the game plan, and then Tangent. By the way, Card, don't forget to get the mail. That's right. Tomorrow I have to go out of the house, WeatherWolf, to get some groceries because there's literally nothing here. Like, seriously, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I looked over and I was like, is that like a can of peanuts? Could I open it, like cashews? Could I eat that? No, that's Watco, Butcher Block, oil, and finish. You cannot eat that. At least you can't eat it more than once. Okay? So crazy. Do we know if Gerald got the video card? Dude, I have not even sent it yet. I still have it over here. I gotta get it in a box and get it out to him. I'm hoping that I can do that for tomorrow. Ashu! That's right. Build! Dude, I need to find like clips of that. Let people get the reference because it's funny. I think it's a funny reference. So that'll fulfill your calorie needs for the rest of your life. That's right. Damn. That's a superfood. Yeah, so Gerald has not received it yet. Yeah, I know. Poor guy. He's probably like, where's my card? It's been like a week and a half now since he won it. No, 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks since he won it, poor guy. We got to get that in the mail, get that over to him. He's probably like, you know, really raring at the bit there to, you know, get in there and use that RTX 5070. So got to get it to him. Yeah, that said, guys, I think that's about all I wanted to say. I'm actually over my normal time right now, but we started so late tonight. I really just wanted this to be a quick update, let you know what's going on, where I'm at with the house, why things are crazy right now, and that I love you all very much, and nothing has changed in terms of my motivation or my love of stream and all the little doodads that I get to create and all the fun moments that we get to create together. None of that has changed. I am just distracted by a million billion things. So you're gonna take care. You're still getting over your bronchitis. I know. I read your message. You said that it's not as bad as what you thought it would be, and that's good. That's very, very, very good. So I hope that you. I hope you feel better, Brother Wolf. Have a good night and feel better soon. Okay. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Are you gonna start playing Valheim tomorrow with us? I heard, Kat. I heard that WeatherWolf might take the plunge on Valheim and try it out. That's what I heard. So, just saying, it might happen. Might happen. I hope it does. That'll be fun. Yes, thank you, JC. I appreciate that. WeatherWolf, thank you. I want to say again, thank you to ATK for the kind dono. You did not have to do that, but I deeply appreciate it right now more than ever. There have been so many crazy expenses. I think just in Home Depot alone, dude, I've been there like 7 times in the past like 2 days. And there's just so much, like, it's just so much going out of the bank account right now, man. It's like, it's crazy. Like, it's so much that I can't even really track it. And the thing that's so frustrating is I call my bank and I'm like, hi. Well, I don't even have a bank. I have a credit union. I'm like, hello, credit union. I just bought a house and I really needed to take the governors off my card so that I don't have to call you every time that I'm going to spend more than $300, because that's happening like at every transaction. And anytime I go to Home Depot, it's going to be more than that, pretty much. It's just, there's so much shit that I'm buying. Tools and finishes and vanities and all kinds of crazy shit, right? Yeah, my bank account is literally, dude, it's bleeding. Like somebody shanked it and twisted the knife, and it's bleeding profusely all over the floor. Okay, it's terrible. It's really terrible right now. So hopefully we can, you know, chance of bleeding and get this to stop, right? And I think tomorrow is the last day that I have to spend any serious amount, and then it like slows down. So, that said, thank you guys. So again, this is why I really appreciate it right now, because there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. And I'm just trying to get the place nice. Like, I want to, like, when we do the Whoopie Pie stream, I want that to be nice for you guys. I think that'll be fun, right? So we'll get it sorted. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night. Amy 3.0. Thank you for letting me know that your name is Shoop Shoop. Shoop Shoop. Is it like Shoop Shoop Day Oop Shoop Day Oop Shoop Day Oop Day Oop Day Oop? Old. Hashtag old. Amy 3.0. Old. Thanks for being here, guys. Tomorrow I'll be live at 6 p.m. with Tanja and Valheim, and lots of fun, and hopefully no police reports filed. All right. So ridiculous. All right, guys, have a great night. I'm not gonna do credits tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow, my friends. Peace. Thanks for watching.